Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 24-yard line.
Monday, down. You ready?
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Express.
From the 27th, Carr. It's caught on the right side, Williams. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up third down.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
1 and 5.
Check that.
Carr now to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So first and 10 now from the 30. A first carry for Amir Abdullah. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Sliding out of the pocket. And his throw here's incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Washington, his first carry. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Garyon Conley, the one to bring him down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On second down, Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 32 that time.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
At the 50-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A shotgun handoff. This is a duel. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Cousins. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Following the interception, Cousins. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Running the toss here to Jacobs. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's airing it and got his man complete. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyrell Williams, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. First down, here's Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Bailey now for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. From the 31, Carr. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now Carr. He gets it to Brown, complete. A 3rd down gain of 19. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 11 now. Carr over the middle here to Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Carr now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. On play action, now Carr. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. J.J. Nelson, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Gets fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. A second down run for Abdullah. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense. I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was. Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stopped that one behind the line of scrimmage. They run with Washington, and he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So on fourth down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep, J.J. Nelson. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back. Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now? So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball. Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player? Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw is Carr. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range. Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half.
Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing, Cousins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw is Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Play fake. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Bailey got the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good 1st half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice 1st half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Flush to his right. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He's going to air one out. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from Clemson, Trayvon Mullen. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a 2nd half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. To throw again on 2nd down. Carr there to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the 1st half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the 2nd half. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 44. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. From the 29, Carr. This is caught. It's Ryan Grant. That one a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Raiders.
Carr now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Barr with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on third down.
Watch the screen.
Cousins now. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Oh, look at the juke. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 22 yards there, a first down. Carr now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Carr. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
What down?
54 miles. Watch the run.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Carr to throw again. Able to find Waller. That's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games. And that is caught! Touchdown, Raiders! Ryan Grant, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Abdullah. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Taken in at the 22. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Right there.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They start the drive with Abdullah. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Here's Madison running on first down. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On the run, Abdullah. Vontez Burfict, the one to get him down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Well done from a safety to come up there at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle, too.
Yeah, he actually played into his position, didn't he? He's the strong safety. That means being near the line of scrimmage, cleaning up the run game, almost an extra linebacker, and he relishes the opportunities to put a big hit on a runner.
Now he'll escape to his left. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Carr to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep the offense moving.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it third down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Oakland. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
and they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Madison. And he coughed it up. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run here. Abdullah. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
They'll look to set up his blockers. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done, now part 2.
Here we go. Tight.
They'll run with Madison. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 now. Cousins. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. That'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all tied. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
On 1st down, Abdullah. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 16-yard line.
They go with Abdullah again. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Play action now. Cousins. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. And Bailey missed it. No good. Wide to the right. And that changes everything here in OT. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
Now he's forced out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
54, 14, spell, 618. Check tape, Alpha.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Cousins. This is screen to Abdullah. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And with just 9 seconds left in overtime, we get whistles and a timeout. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Cousins the thrower. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And with just 2 seconds remaining, the timeout is called here in OT.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
1st down. Here's Cousins. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. So into overtime, and all the way to the end of overtime, they have a chance to win it. Couldn't convert on the field goal, and we end in a very rare tie.
Don't see it very often. We did discuss it as we began overtime that because it's a regular season game, we're going to play that last quarter. And if no one scores, or however, if it finishes in a tie, that's it. But boy, how bad do you feel for him? The opportunity to win it with a field goal at the end, and it doesn't go through the pipes.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.